Part two, the battery's dying, so we're gonna have to do a double take on this one. Um, Once I got clean, this story took on an entirely different meaning to me. In addition to the original obvious meaning, um, like I'm the Grinch, like in my active addiction, and even clean. Like I've been the Grinch, just hiding out alone in my isolation, in my dark cave that was, really my soul, that was my spirit, that was just, cut off from the rest of the world, and not understanding why everyone else was so happy, not understanding how everyone else could just go about their daily lives and just be so happy, and why I was alone, even in a room full of people, alone and miserable, like cut off from everything. Like that's me. That's asshole Mike right there, all alone. Um, and just the noise of everybody, just the cacophony, the cacophony of just everyday life. Just the stress was just so much for me, so overwhelming, so much anxiety, so much depression, so many terrible negative feelings that I just tried to suppress with cocaine and whiskey and weed and whatever. Like things like this is like, parties and stuff, like just completely anxiety ridden. Like there's no way I could participate in that. People getting together just to simply enjoy themselves in the joy of living life, like out of the question for me. And here, poor little Max, we see Max being used and abused, manipulated, like I did to pretty much everyone in my life. Everyone was just a tool or a ways or a means to an end. You know, I did some beanies. I stole a lot of stuff. I didn't care who I hurt. None of that. Stole people's food from the mall. Stole from every job I ever worked at. Like I was the true Grinch. Like I used to steal little kids' wishes. Like I used to go. One of my hustles was waiting in the fountains of the shopping mall and stealing all the silver coin out of the fountains. And did that for a while. And used to come up with a pretty good haul. I had access to the mall after hours, and I ripped that place off, and it was one of my many charges. But I stole little kids' wishes, from the wishing fountains. Like that's despicable. And there's a couple ways to make amends for that, which I do. But that's the Grinch. That's what he does. He doesn't care who he hurts, even little kids. Cindy Lou Who, lied to her, manipulated her, and quick with the lies. Even today, if for some reason I need to lie, I'll come up with it pretty quick. It's just a natural skill, I guess, really. It's, if you want to call it a skill, to be able to lie like that and really believe it. I'm sure the Grinch really believed the lies that he was telling, and here he is, poor Max again, having to load all this stuff back up Mount Crumpet. And the Grinch couldn't believe, still, after everything that he had done, that people were still able to exist. So selfish and self-centered, and the ego of the Grinch is so huge, like mine, in addiction, that I think everything that I do is so important. I think everything that I have an impact on the entire world, and that the things that I do, they do impact people, but people are just tired of your shit. They don't really care. You know what I mean? All right. Fuck you, Grinch, you know what I mean? You took our stuff, but we're still going to go on living, we don't really need you or the things to be happy, because we have each other. It looks like the end of an AA meeting right there. But the Grinch finally figured it out. You know, like, he had a softening of the heart, which is through working a program of recovery and having spiritual principles and realizing that, you know, there is something bigger than me, that what all the Who's had in all of the world was bigger than me and more important than me. And the things that I did, I used to think around, you know, go around thinking that I had all the answers and had all the ideas and had everything figured out, and I didn't even know the friggin' questions, you know, that I thought I had answers to. But here you go, the Grinch, on his way to redeem himself. You know, his heart grew 3 sizes that day, and here he comes in, trumpeting, letting the Who's know. You know, he's doing a 5th step right there. Actually, I guess like a 9th step, making amends. And here he is. That's what it's all about. Selfless service, loving others. Cindy Lou Who is there, and some other Who's. The Who himself, the Grinch himself, carving the roast beast. He's being in selfless service. He's giving away to others, you know. And that's really what this story means to me now. It's an analogy for my own recovery. You know, I had a softening of the heart. I don't take myself so seriously anymore, and I give selfless service to others, you know, to the best of my ability. I hope you enjoyed this little story, this little video. Hopefully it actually recorded, because the battery died halfway through and it looks like it's about ready to die again. So I'm going to try to upload this in however many parts that it is, and share it. So enjoy. Merry Christmas. It's now 12:48, Christmas morning. Hanukkah just started tonight at sundown, Christmas Eve. We have 8 nights of light, and Christmas is tomorrow. We'll be with all the other Who's, and it's good. It's good to be like a normal person and not have to be a Grinch anymore. To be able to be Santa Claus, to be able to share freely in joy and love, and to be able to accept the love that's given to me, and not be so riddled with anxiety and depression, no matter what else is going on. Like, I have no money at all this year, but I'm not broke, you know, because there's nothing broken about me. Like, through recovery and through the softening of the heart and my heart growing 3 sizes through the process of the 12 steps, like, I'm a whole person, you know, I'm complete, and I love myself. And that was one of the things I think that happened when the Grinch's heart grew. Like, he loved himself, and then in turn he was able to love others. So love yourself, love the other Who's out there, and enjoy this holiday season and every day that you have after that, because they're all a blessing. I love you.